Behind the rhythm, behind the rhyme, and beneath the pulsing lights of the dance hall, a conflict is unfolding, one that most people never see, but that threatens to change the face of music as we know it. Dancehall, a genre born from the heart of Jamaica, has always been more than just music. It's a movement, a way of life, a voice for the voiceless, and a celebration of Caribbean identity. For decades, its infectious beats and bold lyrics have traveled far beyond the islands, igniting dance floors from Kingston to New York, London to Tokyo. But now, as the world moves to its rhythm, a silent war is being waged in the shadows. This war isn't fought with weapons or on battlefields. Instead, it's waged in government offices, in the fine print of policy documents, and in the anxious hearts of artists and fans alike. The battleground, immigration policy. The Trump administration's proposed changes to U.S. immigration law have sent shockwaves through the Caribbean music community. These policies, while framed as efforts to secure borders and protect American jobs, have far-reaching consequences that go well beyond politics. They threaten to silence the voices of those who have shaped the global soundscape, and to cut off the cultural exchange that has made dancehall a worldwide phenomenon. For many Caribbean artists, the United States isn't just another tour stop, it's a gateway to the world stage. The ability to perform, collaborate, and connect with fans in America can make or break a career. But under the proposed immigration policy, these opportunities are slipping away. Artists face increased scrutiny, longer wait times, and a growing list of obstacles just to get a visa. Some are denied entry altogether, forced to cancel shows and lose vital income. Others are left in limbo, their dreams put on hold by bureaucratic red tape. The impact ripples outward, affecting not just musicians, but dancers, producers, promoters, and the entire ecosystem that supports the dancehall movement. The target? It's not just individuals, but an entire cultural movement. Dancehall music and the Caribbean artists and professionals who bring it to the world. Their stories are stories of resilience, creativity, and the unbreakable spirit of a people who have always found ways to make their voices heard. But now, as new barriers rise, the future of dancehall hangs in the balance. Will the music survive this silent war? Or will the world lose one of its most vibrant and influential sounds? In this documentary, we'll explore the hidden battle lines, meet the artists on the front lines, and uncover what's really at stake when politics and culture collide. In the labyrinthine world of international travel, a new and insidious barrier has emerged, one that doesn't rely on walls or fences, but on the stroke of a pen. This weapon is a recently introduced, brutally subjective ideological screening clause, quietly embedded within the visa application process. Unlike traditional security checks that focus on criminal records or clear threats, this clause is far more nebulous, giving unprecedented discretionary power to consular officers. It's a tool that can be wielded with alarming ease, and its targets are often unsuspecting. Artists, musicians, and cultural ambassadors whose only crime is the content of their creative expression. This clause, cloaked in bureaucratic language, grants consular officers the authority to deny entry to artists based not on their actions, but on the perceived meaning of their words and music. Imagine a singer whose lyrics speak to the struggles of their community, or a DJ whose beats inspire people to dance and celebrate life. Under this new rule, their art can be interpreted as a threat. Songs with infectious rhythms and powerful messages are suddenly labeled as promoting violence or social discord, regardless of the artist's intent. The decision is left to the subjective judgment of the officer, who may have little understanding of the cultural context or artistic tradition behind the work. In effect, the clause transforms the visa desk into a checkpoint for cultural censorship, where creative expression is scrutinized and all too often silenced. What's most troubling is that this isn't about criminal history or proven wrongdoing. It's about censoring cultural expression under the guise of national security. The ideological screening clause allows authorities to conflate art with danger, to equate a song's energy with incitement, and to treat creative voices as potential threats. For many artists, especially those from marginalized communities or genres like dancehall, hip-hop, or reggae, this means their work is at risk of being misunderstood and mischaracterized. The result is a chilling effect. Artists may self-censor, avoid certain topics, or even abandon international opportunities altogether, fearing that their art will be used against them. In the end, the world loses out, not just on music and performance but on the vital exchange of ideas and stories that art makes possible. The ideological screening clause is more than a bureaucratic hurdle. It's a quiet but powerful form of censorship, wielded not with force, but with a pen. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the global arts community, the latest immigration plan proposes the suspension of the P3 visa classification, a decision that threatens to fundamentally alter the cultural landscape of the United States. The P3 visa for decades has served as a vital lifeline for artists and entertainers who represent culturally unique traditions, allowing them to legally enter the U.S. to share their heritage, stories, and talents with American audiences. This isn't just a bureaucratic change. It's a seismic shift that could silence voices and traditions that have enriched the American experience for generations. The P3 visa has been the bridge connecting the world's most vibrant and diverse cultural expressions to the stages, festivals, and classrooms of the United States. It has enabled artists from every corner of the globe, musicians, dancers, storytellers, and more, to bring their unique perspectives and talents to American soil, fostering cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. For the Caribbean music community, the P3 visa has been nothing short of essential. It is the very pathway that has allowed dancehall and soca performers, artists whose music pulses with the rhythms of their homelands and whose lyrics tell stories of resilience, joy, and identity, to share their art legally in the United States for decades. These artists have not only entertained, but have also educated and inspired, introducing American audiences to the rich tapestry of Caribbean culture. Through concerts, festivals, and educational programs, they have built bridges of understanding, helping to break down stereotypes and foster a sense of global community. The P3 visa has made it possible for these performers to tour, collaborate with American musicians, and participate in cultural exchanges that benefit both their home countries and the U.S. alike. Without this crucial avenue, the flow of cultural exchange is abruptly halted, and the opportunity for Americans to experience the authentic sounds and stories of the Caribbean is severely diminished. The consequences of freezing the P3 visa category extend far beyond the headline acts. This policy doesn't just block big-name stars from gracing American stages, it decimates the entire ecosystem that supports and sustains cultural performance. Behind every artist is a network of professionals, dancers who bring choreography to life, DJs who energize crowds, producers who shape the sound engineers who ensure every note is heard, and managers who coordinate the complex logistics of international tours. These individuals, many of whom rely on the P3 visa to work legally in the U.S., now face an uncertain future. The ripple effects are immediate and devastating. Cancelled tours, shuttered studios, lost income, and broken dreams. For many, the opportunity to perform or work in the U.S. represents not just a career milestone, but a chance to support families, invest in their communities, and build lasting legacies. The suspension of the P3 visa threatens to unravel these opportunities, leaving countless professionals stranded and disheartened. The impact doesn't stop with the artists and their teams. By preventing them from working at festivals, concerts, and cultural events, the policy delivers a blow to the entire cultural economy. Venues that once buzzed with the energy of live performances now stand silent and empty. Festivals that drew crowds from across the country and around the world are forced to cancel, leaving fans disappointed and local businesses, hotels, restaurants, vendors, facing financial losses. The absence of these cultural events means fewer opportunities for Americans to experience the world's diversity firsthand, to dance to new rhythms, to hear new stories, and to connect with people from different backgrounds. It also means fewer chances for young people to be inspired by role models who look and sound like them, and for communities to come together in celebration of shared humanity. The suspension of the P3 visa is not just a policy change, it is a closing of doors that once opened onto a world of creativity, collaboration, and cultural exchange. As the music fades and the stages go dark, we are left to ask, what kind of country do we want to be? One that welcomes the world's artists and celebrates diversity, or one that turns inward and shuts the door on culture? This is a deliberate effort to silence a powerful voice of the Caribbean diaspora, to sever the cultural lifeline that connects communities and fuels a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's a policy designed not to protect borders, but to purge a culture it doesn't understand. To navigate this complex and ever-changing landscape of cultural and political battles, you need the most current information. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss our essential guides and updates.